Another sharp increase in COVID-19 cases, and today Utah lawmakers get to work.
I think we need to be cautious.
From balancing a budget impacted by the ongoing pandemic,
I hope that we're not knee-jerk reacting to this bill,
to addressing a public outcry for police reform. What you need to know.
Higher education is looking ahead to the fall semester.
We put around 15% of our beds aside in case we have students on campus who get sick and who need to be isolated.
How universities around the state are bracing for students to return.
A little warmer today, but we're back to above average this weekend. Your weekend forecast coming up.
It's known as the fainting game or the choking game, and horrified parents say many kids are playing it. The warning from one mother whose son lost his friend to the trend.
And some megaplex theaters are reopening today, but there are rules you need to know first.
Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Fox 13's Live at 5.
COVID-19 cases in Utah continue to climb. Today, 495 new cases were reported, the second highest daily increase yet. And 3 more people have died for a total of 152. 18 more have been hospitalized. 15,839 people have been infected. 8,786 people have recovered.
Also new today, Salt Lake City confirms it will not ask to lower its risk level for COVID-19 this week. Mayor Aaron Mendenhall says based on factors, including local data and state trends, they will remain at orange. You can see on this map, the city is the only place that is still in orange, which is a moderate risk for COVID-19.
Utah lawmakers are discussing new bills related to COVID-19 and police brutality. They are meeting in special session right now to pass dozens of bills.
2 big issues there. Fox 13's Ben Winslow is live on the Hill. Ben.
Yeah, the legislature still in session right now, moving quickly through bills responding to the ongoing pandemic and recent protests against police brutality. Some lawmakers were in person, sporting face masks, while others appeared virtually to cast their votes in the latest special session. They're passing a budget that imposes government cuts as a result of the economic fallout from the COVID-19 pandemic.
Tried to be fair and tried to make sure that we took care of the things that are essential to the state of Utah.
But education and social services will see a little more money overall.
I think we need to be cautious and put pieces of legislation in place that protect.
Lawmakers also passed bills expanding lawsuit immunity if people are exposed to COVID-19 and mandating tests in long-term care facilities.
It balances individual liberty rights that we have as Americans against the right of the collective, we the people.
The bills come as COVID-19 cases continue to climb. Legislative leaders have pushed to reopen the state faster. They voted to extend the state of emergency until August.
If we can protect that medically frail population, we can allow a lot of the non-medically frail population to resume what would be a normal activities, work and other things. And if they happen to get COVID or receive the virus, they're going to walk through it.
Kneeling on the neck.
One of the biggest debates came in the House over a bill banning police from kneeling on someone's neck and prohibiting training on chokeholds.
and I hope that we're not knee-jerk reacting to this bill.
This law deals only with police brutality. The deeper, more chronic problem of racism we continue to struggle with.
It passed.
Our community is feeling unsafe. That's why you're seeing the protests. They are in fear of their lives. This bill sends a very powerful message as legislators saying, we hear you.
Now, that anti-chokehold bill passed the Senate this afternoon unanimously. It's now headed to the governor's desk. By the way, this year, lawmakers had originally voted to give themselves a pay raise. But in light of the economic fallout from COVID-19, today they voted to suspend that. Live on the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Ben, thank you. The man behind a multi-state adoption fraud scheme involving Utah pleaded guilty in Arizona today. Paul Peterson was arrested last October for allegedly smuggling Marshallese women into the United States to give their babies up for adoption. Peterson will have to pay almost $700,000 in fines to the state of Arizona and at least one victim. A sentencing date in Arizona has not yet been set. Cases in Utah and Arkansas are still pending. Peterson is expected to plead guilty to Utah charges tomorrow. Some universities in Utah announced their fall semester plans today.
Administrators have been looking at how to keep students connected and safe while still moving their education forward. Fox 13's Aaron Cox looks at what they're planning.
Students will be back on college campuses across the state.
It is true, fall 2020 will not look like any previous fall semester.
But classes will be different.
There are a number of students that really want face-to-face courses, and there are a number of students that really want to be in online courses.
What it's probably going to look like is a bit of a hybrid. Some classes that can be online will remain online, and other classes that require in-person we want to have here as well.
The University of Utah is planning on 32,000 back on campus in the fall. Utah Valley University plans for 33,000, and Utah State plans for 16,000 at their Logan campus. Most universities will start on time, skip fall break, and end on campus classes before Thanksgiving break, leaving the last few weeks of the semester all online.
At this point, we will be requiring masks for both our students as well as our faculty.
Universities are also planning for if COVID-19 spreads throughout their student body.
We put around 15% of our beds aside in case we have students on campus who get sick and who need to be isolated.
All in hopes to help students get their degrees and stay safe.
A lot of the plans that we're putting in place, we are doing it in such a way so that we can pivot and change and we can adapt.
Brigham Young University says they will announce their plans at the end of the month. As for the big question, what will happen with college sports? Everyone I spoke with today says there are more announcements to come. In Salt Lake City, Aaron Cox, Fox 13 News, Utah.
The Pleasant Grove liquor store is closed after an employee tested positive for COVID-19. The store is on Pleasant Grove Boulevard near 700 North. The DABC says the store has now been sanitized and disinfected, and all other employees have been given a clean bill of health. The store will reopen tomorrow morning at 11.
John Huntsman Jr.'s wife, Mary Kay, has now tested positive for COVID-19. She revealed the news on social media today. You may remember a little more than a week ago, her husband tested positive as well. She says he's now on the mend, but is worried for other members of the Huntsman family. John Huntsman Jr. is running for governor. 6 campaign staffers have also tested positive. They remain in quarantine.
The pandemic has prompted the cancellation of the Park City Kimball Arts Festival. The Kimball Arts Center blames the uncertainties, quote, due to changing COVID-19 regulations and health concerns for artists and visitors. The annual 3-day festival typically draws 50,000 attendees and hundreds of professional artists. This year's event was scheduled for July 31st to August 2nd.
This was a really cool sight today. Maybe you caught it. That ring around the sun, see it there? It's sometimes called a sun halo. Fox 13 photojournalist Taylor Murray captured these shots. Many other viewers in our area saw it too. We've been getting your pictures and your videos. Kristen, you and I have been talking about it in the commercial break, but you explain it so well on exactly how that happens.
Oh, it's so cool. It takes the perfect cloud cover. I love the clouds around here. And then we had those perfect high cirrus clouds where instead of raindrops floating above our heads, you get so far up in elevation, it's so cold, you get these ice platelets that are horizontal platelets. So the sunlight comes in through that at an angle, and then it refracts the light, and then you get these rings. And so it's really cool to see. And the ones we saw today, a little bit more rare than what you typically see. We've seen the big rings too, the 46-degree rings, not just the 22-degree rings, which is something that's a little more special. You can see the high clouds from visible satellite rolling right over us. Visible satellite shows these clouds so well, and then a wider view is showing that happening basically across northern Utah. So we've been having those pictures sent in all up and down the Wasatch Front. Here's another look at that sun halo thanks to Trace Workman from Kaysville. And you can see, look at all of the arcs. It almost looks like the Olympic rings that you see. You see a ring here, then you see an arc there. And then you see another ring there. So really cool stuff out there. Perfect sky today. 71 degrees. Northwest winds coming in at about 13. Winds are gusting to 16. So just a bit of a breeze, but finally into the 70s. This is the first time today that we've hit the 70s. We've been in the 60s most of the afternoon. You can see 60s for most of northern Utah right now. 69 in Lehigh, 69 in Provo, out towards Park City in the 50s. And then in southern Utah, 70s in Manti down to Cedar City, but you get to St. George and we're at 90 there. And we were in the upper 80s last hour, so we're just now getting to 90, so not too bad down south either. Temps are going to get a lot warmer though, of course. I'll have more on that in your full forecast.
He is just afraid to go out because of what has happened to him.
Still ahead, a lawsuit is being filed against the Salt Lake City Library alleging 2 security guards attacked a man because of the color of his skin. We'll have reaction.
And they run a business together. They've gone to college. They grew up in the U.S., but 2 Utah sisters you'll meet after the break face the possibility of deportation before this morning.
Join Kelly Chapman weeknights on Fox 13 News at 9.
America, this is our time to shine with spectacular savings at the Hyundai 4th of July sales event. Celebrate all 16 award-winning sedans and SUVs. With more IIHS top safety awards than Honda or Toyota brands, Hyundai Assurance with up to 3 years of complimentary maintenance, and America's best warranty. The Hyundai 4th of July sales event, helping everyone shine a little brighter this summer.
Get 0% APR for 72 months on the Tucson or Santa Fe, or get $3,250 bonus cash on the Santa Fe, only at your Utah Hyundai dealer.
AAA Home Insurance is about the people inside and making sure they have everything they need, like replacement coverage and savings when you bundle auto and home. AAA. AAA Auto Insurance is about the people inside the car and making sure they have everything they need, like a AAA membership with roadside assistance, local agents, and nationwide auto repair experts. AAA.
We do have breaking news just into the Fox 13 newsroom. Governor Gary Herbert has issued an executive order that will allow these counties to go to the green risk level beginning tomorrow at 1 p.m. Take a look at your screen. Those counties are Beaver, Daggett, Duchesne, Emery, Garfield, Millard, Paiute, Uinta, and Wayne. They all will join Grand County that was allowed to go green last week.
The U.S. Supreme Court has rejected the Trump administration's effort to end DACA, or the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. DACA protects the children of illegal immigrants from deportation. In a 5-4 decision, the court ruled today the Trump administration did not follow the correct procedure when it tried to end the program.
I cried tears of joy a few minutes ago when I heard the decision of the Supreme Court on DACA.
Chief Justice John Roberts says the Trump administration can try again in another way, but it will likely take a long time for another decision. For 11,000 Utah residents, the news prompted a celebration today.
2 of those 11,000 are sisters who own a Utah daycare together. Fox 13's Max Roth joins us with their story. Max.
Yeah, Kelly and Bob, when I called Lucero Barrera this morning, the noise in the background of the call made it immediately clear that she is more than a dreamer. Lucero Barrera's American dream is a growing reality.
We're Happy Zone Childcare. We're located in West Jordan.
Lucero and Jessie Barrera are sisters, running a business together.
That's the reason why we named it Happy Zone, is because we want this to be a happy place. And kids do feel happy here, and we feel happy here.
They're both dreamers, born in Mexico, raised in the U.S. with their American-born brothers.
I feel home here. I don't know Mexico. I don't remember it.
Here's Lucero's senior picture. She got good grades, but graduated without a lot of options.
I just love learning, and that's what I wanted to do, but it just never really, I couldn't do anything.
Then in 2012,
we were living in Colorado, but I was actually in Utah on my mission.
She heard the announcement secondhand.
Effective immediately, the Department of Homeland Security is taking steps to lift the shadow of deportation from these young people.
After her mission, a world of options. Sister Jessie studying at BYU, Lucero in school and working. Then in 2017.
the program known as DACA that was effectuated under the Obama administration is being rescinded.
You want to better your life, and that's what every parent wants for their children, sorry, I don't know why I'm crying. Like, I know just how much my parents sacrificed for me and my 4 siblings to come to this country and to still suffer every day. And then all of a sudden you have this like grasp of something, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're gonna take it away, and you're just like, dang it, I was happy.
It's been 3 years of dang it. Then the Supreme Court decided.
So I called my mom, I called my dad, and then I later called my sister.
Grateful that I'm still given an opportunity to continue to be at school and get my degree and continue to run my business with my sister and my family.
Their business has been doing pretty well through the pandemic there, too. Now, the court's decision was really based on what they said was bad reasoning on the part of President Trump, as you mentioned, Bob. Now, the president could try again, but remember, DACA stands for Deferred Action. Now, that means it was supposed to be temporary from the start until Congress acts. That just turns out to be a long wait. Live in the newsroom, Max Roth, Fox 13 News, Utah.
What an emotional, personal account there, Max. Fox 13 News also spoke today with a University of Utah professor about the Supreme Court's ruling. While it was a little surprising, many experts believe the ruling is not perfect and definitely not permanent, but many also feel it is a big step in the right direction.
The administration unlawfully terminated DACA, and it didn't find, interestingly enough, it didn't find that DHS may not rescind DACA. It just found that the reasons that it gave for rescinding DACA were unlawful and violated the Administrative Procedures Act.
Experts say tens of thousands of people may now be eligible to apply since no new applications were accepted after President Trump rescinded DACA back in 2017.
I'm meteorologist Kristen Van Dyke tracking the weather as we gear up for the weekend. Beautiful today, but a big warm-up's on the way. I'll let you know when it happens in my forecast.
Excited, hungry, fired up.
Excited to get back to work.
Ready to go to work.
Fox Tonight. Watch TV with your favorite celebrities in their homes.
Let's do it!
The most epic
Take it off!
and grossest moments.
I'm not looking, but I might peek, but...
Celebrity Watch Party.
Oh my God, I've wanted to see this.
Join the fun tonight on Fox.
Hi, I'm Ben. And I'm Tyson. The longest days call for your grandest adventures during Murdoch Chevrolet Summer Solstice Sales Event. Get freedom from interest with 0% for 72 months on the all-new Silverado or Equinox. You've got to come and see us online at murdochchev.com.
RV time is family time, so if you want to take your family on a vacation, check out these Paris RV family specials with free delivery to your home. Get a 2020 Rockwood 1640 LTD 10 trailer, only $89.95 or $99 a month, 0 down, or the 2020 Bushwhacker Plus, only $12,995 or $149 a month, 0 down, or the 2020 Gulfstream Conquest Motorhome 6237, only $56,995 or $420 a month, 0 down.
If you want a super low price, you come see me at Paris RV.
It's time to get ready for your summer road trip in a new Honda with 0 down payment, 0 security deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at lease signing. It's time to get to your Utah Honda dealers and UtahHondaDealers.com.
Arby's couldn't make a new pecan chicken salad sandwich commercial last month, so we're running an old one. Update. The sandwich is still perfect and the blurry one doesn't exist. Arby's, we have the meats.
Hi, I'm Tyson. And I'm Ben. Come into Murdoch Chevrolet now to take advantage of the summer's hottest deals during our Summer Solstice Sales Event. Murdoch Chevrolet is offering up to $12,000 off a new Chevrolet Suburban. You've got to come and see us online at murdochchev.com.
In national news, the 2 police officers charged in the shooting death of Rayshard Brooks in Atlanta, Georgia, have now turned themselves in.
One of the officers bonded himself out shortly after turning himself in. The other is being held without bond. The 2 officers' legal team says the facts will show the shooting was justified, but witnesses claim Brooks was running away when he was shot, and the officers waited several minutes before offering him medical assistance.
Business leaders and lawmakers are moving to celebrate Juneteenth, commemorating the end of slavery. Portraits of former speakers of the House who served in the Confederacy are now coming down. Retailers, Target, JCPenney, Best Buy, and others are making Juneteenth a company holiday. June 19th has been a state holiday in Texas since 1980. Now New York State is following suit.
Weekly jobless claims nationwide are worse than expected, and some investors are nervous about rising coronavirus cases. The market ended the day mixed because of that. The Dow dropped 39 points to close at 26,080. The Nasdaq gained 32, and the S&P nudged up a point.
Just a beautiful, wonderful day outside weather-wise. I hope this trend continues, Kristen, because we've got a big weekend ahead. I know it's still a few days away, but the first official day of summer, and Father's Day is this weekend as well.
Oh, absolutely. It is going to be a beautiful weekend. It will be a little warmer than it is right now, and Sunday we'll start to see those temperatures go back above average, but really not too bad. We're not going to be looking at this extreme long stretch of a heat wave or anything like that. Satellite and radar showing that trough is still over us. It's trying to bring in a few showers to our northern mountains and out over the Uintas, but overall just a dry, nice, pleasant day with temperatures running well below the norm. 84 is normal, 71s are high so far today, and most of the day has actually been in the 60s. And then our low this morning, chilly start, won't be as chilly tonight. We hit 47 for a low, 57 is normal. Sunset's at 9:02, so we'll stretch these days out for a couple more days before we start to gradually shrink the days as we get past the first day of summer. 71 degrees, northwest winds 13 to 16 around the area. We have temperatures in the 60s in most locations for northern Utah. Wasatch back in the 50s this afternoon. 73 in Vernal, 61 in Evanston. We're at 68 in Ely. We had lows in Ely and Elko this morning in the low to mid 30s where we had that freeze warning in effect. 72 in Wendover right now. So we've definitely warmed things up from that chilly start. 75 in Cedar City, 90 in St. George, and low to mid 80s as you head out towards Green River and Moab. Just gorgeous weather everywhere you look. The winds have calmed down in southern and eastern Utah too, so that helps a little with the fire danger. Temps tomorrow will start off in the low 50s. We'll likely have lows tonight in the upper 40s to low 50s. So a little bit milder than it was last night. Still a little chilly first thing in the morning. And then it's beautiful for the afternoon and temperatures will be a bit warmer. So if today was not quite warm enough for you, tomorrow will probably be about perfect, I think, with temps in the upper 70s. So this trough continues to linger over northern Utah. That keeps us cooler than normal. It does move out of here going into the weekend, but we still don't have a huge ridge of high pressure moving in to replace it. So that means our temps go up, but not to those extreme lengths that we sometimes see around here this time of the year. Now, that said, we get into the middle part of next week and we have this big ridge of high pressure that does start to move in Tuesday, Wednesday, with our temperatures getting back into the 90s. But then we could actually see another trough moving in to bring those temperatures back down again, which would be helpful and will keep us from getting into a long stretch of highs well into the 90s, 90+ degree days. Drought monitor showing that our drought situation continues to be a big concern around here. We have severe drought just about everywhere. Highlighted in tan is severe. Extreme is what we have in Juab County. For the Wasatch Front, we have severe. I'm sorry, I should have said moderate for the lighter color. What we have for the Wasatch Front, a lot of the I-15 corridor in northern Utah is severe drought. And then the same thing down in the southeast, down towards Cedar City. That's where we have abnormally dry conditions. So that's updated every Thursday. That's the update. We are still seeing that drought grow around the area. Your forecast tomorrow morning, temps in the upper 40s and low 50s. 30s for the Wasatch back, upper 30s though instead of the low to mid 30s. And down south in the 40s and 50s tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon in the 70s, lots of sunshine, and then we'll hit 70 in Park City tomorrow, middle to upper 60s in Evanston. So a beautiful day. It does get a little hotter down south, up to 96 tomorrow, and then the triple digits follow after that. We could be close to 104 and 105 next week for that first full week of summer. And in northern Utah, 70s for one more day, mid 80s Saturday, not too bad, 88 Sunday, and then as we go into next week, temperatures in the low to mid 90s, so heating things back up again. Again, by Friday, the extended forecast showing a chance we might try to cool things back off again.
Movie theaters are back open in Utah. What precautions are being made to prevent COVID-19? And are people even coming? The story next.
Give in to Seinfeld.
Weeknights at 10:35 on Fox 13.
I've worked at RC Willey long enough to know a good sale when I see one. And this is one of them. You got to check this out. Our showrooms are open, and during our summer sale, you'll save an additional $50 or $100 on your new purchase. This queen bedroom set is $13.99, and this queen mattress is $7.99. Save now on sofas, sectionals, and recliners, including leather. Plus, this wet-dry vac is just $7 with purchase. Save store-wide during our summer sale and enter to win a patio giveaway. RC Willey.
Utah, it's time to buy a new Honda at your Utah Honda dealers. Compare the award-winning Hondas to the competition and save before time runs out. Your summer road trip is calling. Answer it and save with the new all-wheel drive 2020 Honda CR-V or HR-V. And lease with 0 down payment, 0 security deposit, 0 first month's payment, 0 due at lease signing. Time is running out, so hurry to your Utah Honda dealers or UtahHondaDealers.com. The more you compare, the more you know you want a Honda.
I have spent almost 7 years working closely with my Lieutenant Governor, Spencer Cox. He is a proven leader and a true conservative who is deeply committed to our state and its future. I trust his judgment and vision, especially in challenging times. This recovery is too important to leave to chance. Spencer helped me lead our economy into the most prosperous period in state history. I trust him to do it again. Vote for Spencer Cox to be Utah's next governor.
Your home is always looking after you, but your home needs looking after too. Trust Hanson's for windows, roofing, and siding with a lifetime guarantee. We take care of your home while taking precautions to keep you safe. Call now to schedule a virtual estimate. Plus, you'll get up to 65% off installation with no interest, no payments until summer 2021. Offer ends soon.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites and always a smile.
You're watching Fox 13 News. Let's connect.
Happening now, some megaplex movie theaters are reopening for the first time since the COVID-19 pandemic began.
Fox 13's Haley Higgins joins us at Valley Fair Mall in West Valley City. Haley, are many people going to see a show this evening?
Yeah, we're seeing a fair amount of people come in and catch a movie for the first time in over 90 days. I'm being told at some locations, some of their films are even selling out. Now, the opening does not come without COVID-19 precautions. They have social distancing within the theater and cleaning between movies, as well as many other precautions that they're taking. Now, only about 25% of the staff is coming back right now to work because there are such limited screens. And there are no new movie showings until the 4th of July weekend.
We thought we'd open a couple weeks early, bring in the classics that people haven't been able to see on the big screen for a long time. Things like Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. A very popular one amongst Utahns is Goonies. That one is sold out tonight.
Now, the opening comes on the second highest day with the number of COVID-19 positive tests, nearly 500. Now, coming up on Fox 13 Live at 9, we talked to the movie owner, the theater owner here, about why he says it is just as safe here in the theaters as it is at home. And we also talked to some people about why they decided to come out today. Reporting live in West Valley, Haley Higgins, Fox 13 News, Utah.
A teen lost his life from the choking game. We're sharing a warning from an Eagle Mountain mom coming up.
A civil rights lawsuit was just filed after a man says he was beaten up here at Library Square by security guards. We'll detail that lawsuit for you coming up.
And hundreds of cases of beer spilled on a Utah highway. The story behind this mess just ahead.
Fox 13, your #1 station for local news.
Right now, we all want to get back on the road. That's why you'll save up to $100 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Plus, get a $50 mail-in rebate on purchases of $500 or more on your Big O card. Big O Tires.
1 in 8 Utahns struggle with hunger. Smith's is working to change that with their Zero Hunger, Zero Waste initiative. In addition to raising funds for those who need and coordinating efforts to eliminate food waste, Smith's is teaming up with Fox 13 to recognize local organizations in Utah who share that goal. By honoring a Zero Hunger hero each month, we hope to raise awareness and encourage everyone to join the fight to eliminate hunger and food waste. Because it'll take all of us to get to zero.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Now get 0% financing for 84 months on F-150 or 0% financing for 72 months across the 2020 Ford lineup.
It's gonna be okay.
Victory is greatest when you've met defeat. Let's conquer.
The open road has always symbolized America's freedom, and in these uncertain times, Big O Tires understands how important reliable transportation is. That's why we have no credit-needed financing available. So when the world is ready, you will be too. Only at your locally owned Big O Tires.
Live from Fox 13 Studios, this is Live at 5:30.
A Utah man has filed a civil rights lawsuit after he says he was beaten last year by 2 Salt Lake City Library security guards because he is black.
Fox 13's Spencer Joseph is live at the library this afternoon. Spencer, this is a big suit. Who was named in the filing?
There are actually a lot of people that were named. CBI Security that actually employed those 2 officers who's named, along with those security officers as well. The library and its administration was named, along with Salt Lake City, just to name a few. Now, the lawyers that I spoke with told me today that they're going to start issuing subpoenas in the next couple of days to gather all of their evidence in this case.
A civil rights case was filed Wednesday night on behalf of 58-year-old Anthony Nelson, who was allegedly assaulted last year by 2 security guards. It started when Nelson says he witnessed a fight in Library Square between 2 women, one of them African American.
He still remained outside, and he tried to explain to the security guards what he'd seen.
Those security guards are identified in this case as working for CBI Security to patrol the library.
Because he was black, and one of the women who had now run away was also black, that he somehow had been involved.
According to the suit, they put Nelson on the ground, kicked him, and injured his eye. At one point, one of the guards also kneed Nelson in the neck in a similar fashion to what happened to George Floyd.
He's had some neurological problems because of that. He was kicked in the head, and his eye was damaged, and he's never received his full sight from his eye. He lost his job as a result of that because he was hurt.
When Salt Lake City police arrived, they immediately told the guards to release Nelson and offer to help him. But as the lawsuit states, he didn't trust any police or medical personnel because of what had just happened.
And he has that fear still. He has a fear that if he walks outside, someone's going to hurt him.
Lucas Adams is one of the attorneys on this case, and he's got to know Anthony Nelson. He says an apology for what happened is important.
There's been no apology.
And because of cases happening all across the country like this, his lawyers told us,
it's happening here. It's happening at our home to people we know. It's not a problem that's just in Minnesota or Chicago. This is a real issue, and it can't be ignored anymore.
Now, we reached out to CBI Security. They told us that they aren't ready to comment about this case. Now, not only are his lawyers speaking monetary damages, but as you heard in that package, they're also seeking an apology for what they say happened to Mr. Nelson. In Salt Lake City, Spencer Joseph, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Spencer, thank you. In a statement to Fox 13 News, the Salt Lake City Mayor's office says the library is a separate entity from the city. They say we are supportive of the library's process and internal investigation, but cannot comment on it as it is not city business. Our attorneys are analyzing next steps to remove the city from the case.
Right now, Roy police are looking for this couple, a dangerous fugitive and his girlfriend. A warrant for the arrest of Giovanni Hernandez has been issued in connection with the shooting 11 days ago. Hernandez is wanted for attempted murder. Police believe 17-year-old Corinne Whaley is with him. She too is pictured there. They say if you see the couple, do not approach them. Just call 911.
We have an update on a story we brought you on Monday night. The Humane Society of Utah is offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to those responsible for killing a family's dog last Saturday. The Masson family tells Fox 13 News they believe 2 men are responsible for their mini Doberman Pinscher's death. If you have any information that can help, call the Utah County Sheriff's Office.
Also in Eagle Mountain, a mother now sharing a warning after her son lost a close friend to the choking game.
It's also known as the fainting game, where oxygen is cut off to the brain until they lose consciousness, getting a temporary high from it. Fox 13's Elle Thomas shares the story.
Blue and green ribbons scattered across the front yard.
He was one of my best friends.
Tiny pieces of mesh holding the memory of a dear friend.
Can't believe he did this.
For Isaac Hatch,
Why? How is he gone?
the loss is still fresh.
I think that a little part of me died the day he killed himself.
Not even a week ago, this 15-year-old had to bury his best friend.
I see him there laying down, and I couldn't keep it in anymore.
He wasn't sick. He wasn't hurt.
He just was bored. His family's pretty sure it was his first time trying it.
The choking game.
It's not a game. It's deadly.
Forcing yourself to pass out for a moment of euphoria.
It seems so harmless. You're just not breathing for a few minutes.
The deadly fad has been around for decades, but for the Hatches, this is the first time it's hitting close to home.
There's all these online tutorials, and so kids learn how to do it by themselves. And that's what's scary.
Now, as this Eagle Mountain community starts to heal, they hope others can learn the very real consequences of a so-called game.
Hug your kids, have those tough talks, be open with them. Don't sugarcoat it. Had somebody been in the room with him, the outcome could have been different.
It's not worth it. Don't risk your life just to get high.
The Hatches say at this point what the boy's family really wants is to raise awareness. You can find more information on how to talk to your kids about the choking game on our website. In Eagle Mountain, Elle Thomas, Fox 13 News, Utah.
As protests against racism and police brutality continue worldwide, there is a growing push online for Brigham Young University students to learn more about people of different backgrounds.
Now, more than 18,000 people have signed a petition asking BYU to require race and ethnicity classes for students to graduate. The students who started the petition say they want this to be an opportunity for students to leave the university with a better understanding of other cultures.
Remembering that in a university campus, a lot of people come from different parts of the world, and we may not know how to interact with people from different backgrounds. And so these types of courses, we hope, will be able to help people to know how to respectfully communicate, respectfully interact with people of different backgrounds.
BYU does require students to take courses on religion and general education, but those behind the petition say it's just not enough. The school announced yesterday it has formed a committee to examine race and inequality on campus.
Former BYU basketball star Yoli Childs is sharing his experience as a black man in Utah. Childs posted on Instagram that growing up in South Jordan, he realized from a young age that people looked at him differently. He recalls some people being scared of him. He was stopped by police who didn't believe the car he was driving was actually his. And he was called racial slurs, among other things. Childs says he hopes his experiences help others understand what black people across the country are facing.
Oh man, take a look at this mess on I-84 in Morgan, right behind me here. Hundreds of cases of beer flew out of the semi that rolled yesterday afternoon. Crews helped to control leaking oil, and the road was partially blocked for hours. You can see why. The driver made it out unharmed with the help of passing truckers.
Well, even with the cool temperatures, if that was a refrigeration truck, that beer was not very cold by the time they cleaned it up.
No, it's a goner.
Definitely not. We've been warming things up a little bit today, but you know, it's not as warm as it could be for this time of the year. And it is absolutely gorgeous out there right now. This is a live look from our Okra Mountain camera. We've had all kinds of clouds moving overhead today. We've had the cirrus clouds, the high clouds up above us, and then we've had cumulus clouds developing along the mountains, kind of hugging those areas. So it's just made for this really beautiful sky. Visible satellite shows this all really nicely. You can see kind of the popcorny shape of the cloud cover developing over the mountains, and then this is the cirrus clouds. Those are the high clouds above with the ice crystals up top. They've been rolling right over us. You can see right along the Wasatch Front. We've had plenty of that moving in across the Wasatch Front, bringing in those really cool pictures that we showed you earlier of the arc and the halo around the sun. And then you can also see we've had some showers trying to develop in the Uinta Mountains, and then those clouds getting blown off to the north up into Wyoming there. Overall, a mainly dry day, and we'll keep that trend going as we gear up for the weekend. 71 degrees. It took us a while to get to the 70s today, but we did it, and here we are. Northwest winds coming in at 13 to 16. Typically, though, we should be in the mid-80s this time of the year. So a nice little break from some of the heat. Up and down the Wasatch Front, we have upper 60s and 70s, 75 in Manti, 75 down in Cedar City, and right around 90 for St. George. It is going to get hotter, though. I'm tracking that, and of course, your weekend forecast, too, coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Kristen. Still ahead, see how 2 local girls are making sure police officers in multiple counties know their hard work is so appreciated. We're back in 60 seconds.
Fox 13's Tamara Vaifanua, part of Utah's #1 news team.
Create the paradise you've always wanted by teaming with the experts at Glover Nursery. From decorative fountains, statuary, quality annuals and perennials, to trees, shrubs, and mulch. For over 100 years, Glover's 10 Acres has been the premier source for gardeners across the Mountain West. Come visit us at Glover Nursery.
Fox 13 News is connecting you and your family to better health. Thursdays at 9 a.m. and 4. We'll feature the latest ways to live well and stay healthy. Healthier together with Regions. Thursdays on Fox 13 News. Brought to you by Regions Blue Cross Blue Shield of Utah.
For years, iMart Express has provided quality eyewear and same-day service to your community. With sights set on the path forward, we continue to rally together to keep your future in focus. Get 2 pairs of single vision glasses for under $40 and 2 pairs of progressives for under $80. We've implemented additional measures to ensure the safety of everyone that comes into our stores. We thank our local heroes for your dedication to our community. For more information, visit imartexpress.com.
Park City Mountain Resort plans to reopen July 2nd. Activities will include the Alpine Slide, mountain coaster, scenic lift rides, and hiking. All activities will be based at the Park City Mountain Village, with grab-and-go dining available at Jupiter Java. The resort will be open Thursday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday from 10 to 7.
Just minus the snow at Park City this time of year. Well, this is a sweet story in more than one way. 2 young Springville girls raised more than $2,000 to buy cookies for police officers in Utah. The little sisters say they like eating cookies when they're sad, and they thought police officers could use some cheering up. So they raised enough money to buy cookies for almost every police department in Salt Lake, Davis, and Utah counties. Way to go. Nice gesture.
Still ahead, are you still waiting for that stimulus check? We'll show you what you can do now.
And later in sports, good news in store for the Ute Golf program. What a cool $1 million donation will do. And today was supposed to be a big night for one local minor league baseball club, but the Ogden Raptors are trying to make it up to fans. I'll explain in a bit.
Room for 7, and much, much more. The first ever GLB. Get 0% APR financing up to 36 months on most models, and 90-day first payment deferral on any model.
At Intermountain Healthcare, we understand that broken arms haven't stopped. Babies continue to be born, emergencies continue to happen, and doctor visits are still needed. At Intermountain Healthcare, we've put the measures in place to safely care for you in these difficult times. So please don't put off the care you need, especially for stroke-like symptoms, chest pain, difficulty breathing, or other urgent care. We're here for you. Visit intermountainhealthcare.org/here4you to learn how to get the care you need.
Utah, it's time to buy a new Honda at your Utah Honda dealers. Compare the award-winning Hondas to the competition and save before time runs out. Your summer road trip is calling. Answer it and save with the new all-wheel drive 2020 Honda CR-V or HR-V. And lease with 0 down payment, 0 security deposit, 0 first month's payment, 0 due at lease signing. Time is running out, so hurry to your Utah Honda dealers or UtahHondaDealers.com. The more you compare, the more you know you want a Honda.
New jobless claims numbers showed continued slowing in both Utah and nationwide, but levels do remain historically high right now. Another 1.5 million Americans filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week. That is down from 1.54 claims filed the previous week. We are seeing a slight improvement, however, in Utah. Claims here hit their lowest levels in 10 weeks at 4,847.
During that time, we received over 218,000 initial claims for unemployment benefits. To provide some context, during the calendar year 2017, 2018, and 2019, we received 195,000 applications. So we've received more applications in the last 3 months than we have in the last 3 years.
Close to 88,000 total claims were filed last week in Utah. About $73 million in benefits were paid out. The Weber Housing Authority wants you to know about the COVID-19 Emergency Rental Assistance Program. It will help households maintain current living conditions and avoid evictions as a result of COVID-19 financial hardships. The assistance is available to those experiencing financial hardship and those who have been denied unemployment benefits. Assistance is available to all Weber County residents outside of Ogden, which has its own program. Those applying must meet the following requirements. Rental payment must be delinquent or due within 10 days. Households must meet income requirements per resident, and you must be able to verify that unemployment benefits have been denied. You also must be able to provide Social Security cards for each member of the household, 2019 tax information, and current income information.
The federal government says more than 159 million Americans have received their stimulus checks. But here at Fox 13 News, we hear from people almost daily who are still waiting. If you're one of them or know someone who is, there are things you can do. Amy Bennett is still waiting for her stimulus check.
It just seems like, to me, small businesses are not being taken care of.
Without it, her business creating custom party games may tumble.
I have about 2 weeks.
Bennett isn't alone. The House Ways and Means Committee says there are between 30 to 35 million Americans still waiting for payment.
I don't know what's holding it up. I don't understand.
Financial experts say delayed payments have become a common question.
There's definitely some people still waiting on their check that could really use it right now.
Greg Mankin with Credit Card Insider says there are a few common holdups. Direct deposit info on your tax account. Your address or bank info are out of date. If you're sure you're eligible, the biggest issue might be your income level.
The IRS spelled out in April how they were going to process payments, and they were going to start with the lowest income Americans first.
Other issues might be that you didn't file your taxes the last 2 years and need to submit basic information to the IRS. It's also possible you received your payment in the form of a debit card and you tossed it, thinking it was a scam or junk mail. The best way to check your status is online. For most, the IRS's Where's My Payment site will shed some light. If all else fails, the IRS says you can claim your payment when you file for 2020.
Trying to keep my cool as much as I can.
A month ago, the IRS hired 3,500 operators to assist with a stimulus hotline. That number is 800-919-9835. You can talk to a live person at that number, although the wait is typically an hour or more, so be advised. Now, we have that number as well as the web address to the Where's My Payment page at fox13now.com/rebound.
We have of a day going on right now, at least in northern Utah, where the temperature outside, Kristen and Bob, is just as comfortable as the temperature inside. About the same.
You go.
I know. Then get outside and get that fresh air, I say. Don't spend it inside cooped up. It is so nice out right now. Temperatures today stay in the upper 60s for most of the day, and then eventually we hit the low 70s. That is far below our normal high, which is around 84 for this time of the year. In fact, over the last 7 days, you can see temps have been running a little cooler than what you would expect for this time of the year, or close to normal. At least we haven't been dealing with extreme heat anyway. We hit 71 today, 65 for the high Wednesday, only 80 on Tuesday. Then we had that 87 Monday, 84 Sunday, 85 last Saturday, and then last Friday, 97. The Friday prior to that, 100. So temperatures are certainly far from where they were just a couple of weeks ago. Highs today have certainly been below normal area-wide. We had low 70s in Salt Lake and Provo, only 69 up in Ogden, 70 in Logan, 61 in Evanston, 70s for Vernal and Price, and Wendover, Eastern Nevada, 70s there, 77 in Milford, and St. George just barely got to 90 degrees today. So I think all of us are pretty happy with the weather outside. Northwest winds coming in at about 13 to 16, so just a bit of a breeze. And then your hour-by-hour forecast tomorrow showing another day below average. It will be a bit warmer than today, and we will start off a little warmer too. Low 50s in the morning, and then those temps will climb as we go into the afternoon, topping out in the middle to upper 70s. So we'll keep it away from the 80s for one more day, and then the 80s will return as we gear up for the weekend. Skies mainly clear. We have this trough over us right now, and that is going to keep us on the cooler side. We're also seeing the winds relax just a little bit compared to the past couple of days down in southern Utah. It is still breezy here and there, just not as strong with the winds, anywhere from 15 to 25 mile-an-hour winds down south. So this trough over us is keeping us cooler than normal. It did bring us some showers earlier this week. We're not seeing that right now. We're going to keep it basically dry, and then that trough lifts out, and that allows a ridge of high pressure to build in. We will have some time before that happens, so our temperatures will just gradually climb up, so not looking at a huge swing where you just wake up and we're back to the high 90s or anything like that. But by Sunday, we will see highs in the upper 80s. We're back above average. And then as we approach the middle part of next week, you can see that high really does get going, and that ridge is getting pushed up towards Canada there, and that means temps will get well above average and probably back to the mid-90s for the middle part of the week before another trough moves in that could cool us back off by next Friday. So at least we're keeping the weather pattern moving around here. Your forecast tomorrow morning, temps in the upper 40s and low 50s, 30s for the Wasatch back. Southern Utah, temperatures in the 40s in Cedar City, 60s down in St. George. To start the day, to finish the day, we have 70s in northern Utah, even Park City up to 70. Down south, we'll have highs nearing 80 in Richfield, 82 in Cedar City, and then we're back to the middle 90s in St. George. Triple digits follow, and we'll keep that trend going through most of next week. So enjoy the nicer weather for now. In northern Utah, temperatures will go from the 70s tomorrow to the mid-80s Saturday. It's right on target for normal for our first day of summer. And then 88 Sunday, and then next week we start to see the 90s return by Tuesday, sticking around potentially through Thursday.
We're still awaiting the fate of Major League Baseball. The latest proposal is a shortened 60-game season, though as of Thursday, the various sides have yet to agree on making that a reality. As for minor league ball, well, their fate is much less certain. No, Ogden Raptors president Dave Baggett is still holding out hope. The Raptors, who have been in the Pioneer League championship game 2 out of the last 3 seasons, were supposed to be starting their new Rookie League campaign tomorrow night. A homestand that obviously will not happen. To soften the blow, though, the club is opening up Lindquist Field anyway on Friday for fans to play catch and just have a good time. Free for anyone between 6:30 and 8 o'clock. Concessions even available to give off a true ball game feel. Baggett knows it's a historic year in terms of doing without, and he's prepared for the worst.
It'll be the first opening day that won't take place in Ogden since World War II, when they had to take a break to fight for our country. So it's kind of a surreal moment in time. And then you put on top of that the coronavirus. It's just a very surreal time for all of us. And we're just trying to make the best of it.
Utah Golf has received a generous gift, allowing the Utes to build a new state-of-the-art training center on campus. Thanks to David Layton's $1 million donation, Athletic Director Mark Harlan announced plans to build a 7,000-square-foot facility to go right across the street from the Spence and Cleon Eccles Football Center. Included therein are plans for 2 hitting bays with 3D motion capture technology. Tony Finau with a solid start at the RBC Heritage in a tie for 10th with 5 others, including this guy, Jordan Spieth, birdieing 7 out of 9 holes on that front 9. The 2 leaders, they're 2 strokes better at 7 under par, including Ian Poulter. Seen there, he shares the lead with American Mark Hubbard after 18 holes. And it's a fresh highlights from home. Davis Tuscher's first attempt, not so good. The second one, much better. Beautiful pool, by the way. To the diamond, looks like they're doing a little Cal Ripken again. Jordan Olson rips a base hit. Ball up in the zone, doesn't matter. He'll take that one too. And ending with this, Ethan Cummins has his own dump truck, but even better, has his own hill. Put the 2 together and you have one blazing good time. Nice ride down. If you want to be on, email sports@fox13now.com. You like that batter upside down there?
Yeah,
that was skill.
That's a special way to play baseball. But you know, the fun thing, Morgan, is to see how sports is just gradually coming back.
It's trickling back in, Bob. I get that feel too.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Fox Thursday.
I'm getting down to the men I really feel like will be great fathers.
Get ready for the can't miss episode with the biggest shocker yet.
What labor feels like.
Coming out sideways? What is going on here?
The dating show that's like nothing you've ever seen before. Labor of Love.
Tonight at 8 on Fox 13.
Next, new live, Lonnie Chavis and Barbecue for Dad.
Looks like a locomotive.
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Fox 13.
This summer, let's bring back that great tradition of seeing America from the open road. Come on, America, let's road trip. Right now, it's even easier to trade up to a new Kia with up to $1,500 Trade Assist cash.
People ask me why I'm doing this. Again, I've never felt better prepared to lead the state. This is my home. This is yours. This is a state we love. Soon this election will be over, and then only one question will remain. Who can lead? But I believe that we shouldn't just recover from COVID-19 and all this uncertainty. I think we should be reborn. Reborn as the crossroads of the world. We should settle for nothing less. And as your governor, I won't.
I've worked at RC Willey long enough to know a good sale when I see one. And this is one of them. You gotta check this out.
Our showrooms are open, and during our summer sale, you'll save an additional $50 or $100 on your new purchase. This queen bedroom set is $13.99, and this queen mattress is $7.99. Save now on sofas, sectionals, and recliners, including leather. Plus, this wet, dry vac is just $7 with purchase. Save store-wide during our summer sale and enter to win a patio giveaway. RC Willey.
This summer, let's bring back that great tradition of seeing America from the open road. Come on, America, let's road trip. Right now, lease a 2020 Sportage LX for $189 a month with $500 Trade Assist cash.
This is gorgeous, Kelly.
It really is. Yeah, this is live outside right now. Temperatures are just so perfect. If you can, just sit out on your front patio or porch, whatever you can to get some of that fresh air.
Boy, everybody's working on their tans now. Even with the cooler temperatures, Kristen.
It is so nice out there. I got outside for another stroll with the baby and the dogs today, trying to take advantage of it. Hey, tomorrow will be nice too. Friday, 77, and then of course this is Father's Day weekend. It's looking pretty good for Dad. Temperatures in the middle to upper 80s this weekend, and then the 90s will get back next week. But for now, looking pretty good.
No complaints with that 7-day forecast.
Oh, no, no. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching Fox 13 News live at 5.
Yeah, have a wonderful evening, a good dinner, and hope to see you back here tonight at 9.